Hello all UR fans and welcome to the 5th edition of UR Talk. In this edition, of course, we'll be speaking with Sliffy.
Hello there, children.
Of course, on the new cards and reviewing them as we usually do. We've had I had a question about if from someone who wants to come onto the show and help us review with a thing. I know how we're going to do this, Sliffy, but if you want to come onto the show, then I think you should be at least kind of like level 40 or something and have some good ELO records or something like that. Because we need some people who are actually good at the game. No offense to the level 29s or whatever, because it's just nice to have someone who's actually good, slightly good at the game, and we know is slightly professional, I guess. So if you want to come to the show and everything, that's it.
And also, if you're up to level 40, it also tells us that you've been at the game for at least more than a week or something, I'd assume. So, you understand what's been going on and stuff. Yeah. And at the same time, I also kind of, we probably have to speak to you beforehand, too, because we don't know how your mic quality is. Not that my mic quality is any good or anything, but, it helps if my quality isn't horrible.
So, yeah, just make sure you have, a good mic or something. Never. Anyway, right. Alright, so let us continue with the reviews, of course, and, I think the biggest kind of, shock that came to us in the this week actually was the staff banning of the ELO cards, and this has affect everyone apart from bangers. So yeah.
Hey! We can't verify that. Do you have the list in front of you? Because I don't. Okay, now I do.
I'm gonna.
Okay. Bangers are kind of affected because all leaders are gone. Because all bangers that had leaders beforehand. Yeah, I got nothing. I'm sorry. Yeah, bangers does completely benefit from this.
Anyway, but moving on though, I mean, obviously we had, with the new card reviews and everything like that, we got 2 more Vortex. I don't know why they're not releasing 4 again, I don't know. This is probably the slowest release of a clan ever. But
actually, I heard they're doing that because they want more quality cards coming out, so they're doing it slowly to make sure that each card fits into the metagame pretty well.
Okay. That's what you heard from I don't know.
Did you say that to me? Because I thought
I just think they're just doing it for the money. So
that's also probable too. Yes.
Anyway, but with the ELO banning, as I said just earlier, the new Vortex are actually kind of good. They kind of helped a little bit in ELO now. So I don't know. Maybe that it kind of helps them a little bit, but I wouldn't say they're still strong anyway.
More discussion later.
Anyway. Right, so let's move on to the cards and everything, and I think our first review will be on the 2 Vortex twins, which was Onyx, and is it Kolblaf or something?
It sounds good enough for me. I can't say it. I can't pronounce any of these Vortex names.
Anyway, yeah, so both of them are 6'4", except Kolblaf has a SOB. This is going to get so confusing, and Onyx has SOA. What's your, kind of your first kind of opinions on the new card on the Vortex twins, Sliffy?
I like them a little bit more than most people because yes, they have 6 power, but 6 power is not that bad for Vortex. At the same time, they get no support. Nothing helps them in victory. That said, they are really, really, in my opinion, fun to play with. Simply because they can take out potential threats and they have defeat. And anything with defeat and can take out potential threats, in my opinion, is a lot of fun. But if they're good at, I can't really say.
No, I wouldn't say they're a great card at all. I mean, obviously, I had a question from someone in my guild, actually. He was saying about, because I was chatting to him on the guild chat thingy, and he said about, what do you think, the 6'4" is bad stats or whatever for, a Vortex card? Well, you have to remember, I mean, he put out the question, what's wrong with Ottercool? I mean, why isn't Ottercool just as bad as these cards? Well, the thing is, Ottercool does have a bonus that supports them in attack, and Onyx and Cobalt don't act, well, Kolblaf, I can't remember what it is, but I don't know what we're going to call him. Brother number 2, there we go.
K-Dog, word, G.
We could just call him Cobb, there you go, alright. But I think with Cobb, both of them haven't gotten a supporting bonus that helps them in attack, which is why it's so hard to play with them, and why I don't think they're actually that good.
And also, no one really uses Ottercool that much either nowadays.
Yeah. Ottercool's just kind of forgotten about. It's I don't know. He might get used again because Rowdy got banned. I'm just throwing that one out, a little backhand remark there. But
I guess, kinda.
yeah. But the good thing is, I mean, 6 power isn't too bad for a Vortex card by any means. I mean, just look at their whole the average power is around 6 or whatever. Think about it now. So
Right.
it's really not that bad for a 3-star. But that being said, it's not great either, and I don't think it helps it much at all in the ELO metagame compared with like the other things that we can see in the ELO metagame and everything.
I agree.
Okay, so what would your rating be on the 2 Vortex twins?
For my comments, I gave them a 7 out of 10, because 7 out of 10 is my average. If it's a pretty decent average card, it gets a 7 out of 10. Anything below, I'm kind of thinking they'll probably become 6.5 at the end, which are, like, still pretty good cards, but you can't practically use them that well. And they'll probably become 6 and 6.5 out of 10 eventually, but as of right now, I still think they're 7 out of 10s. Just because they do have functions that no other Vortex can do.
Yeah. I think I'll probably agree with you, but the good thing about these cards, obviously, is just the balance and also, I suppose, fun ability that the funness you can have with them. I mean, using 2 brothers is kind of fun. You have to, if you're going to use one of the brothers, then you might as well use the other one. So I don't know.
Right. Someone in my clan actually suggested it would be really cool if you have 2 cards of the same, if you have both brothers out, they get another ability that.
That would be fun. Yeah, like a brother kind of ability if they get into the same hands. I mean, that'll be kind of cool. I mean, maybe in the future they might do something like that, but. Anyway, I think it's kind of fun though with the kind of whole brotherness and everything, SOA, SOP. So, for the whole, there are okay cards, they're just there for balance if you want to use them, but I would say pass on it, unfortunately, if you're gonna play Vortex competitively, just because of their 6 power is just not great at all, really.
I agree.
Alright, right, so let's move on to the next release, which is actually the 3rd release because, those 2 counts as 2, whatever, anyway. Right, so the 3rd release is Harold, and Harold at 3 stars is a 7/4, with the ability of confidence. With the ability of confidence -1, opponent's power minimum 1. So what's your initial thoughts on Harold, firstly, Sniffy?
Yes. Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, I think Harold's he's an okay card. Obviously, I wouldn't say he's as good as Oxen, of course, because Oxen's just pro. But he certainly kind of helps the uppers a little bit due to the Dorian ban that they got. But especially Harold helps them the most in DT actually, because before, if you're going to go for like uppers and DT, most people would use Frankie High over like the banned Zapman, or the penalty Zapman. But now you can not use the Frankie High anymore, and now you can go for Harold, which is why Harold's actually quite a nice card for DT in that sense.
Actually, I think Harold serves a function that uppers didn't have before. That's why I like Harold. Yes, there's Oxen, and Oxen's good, but let's pretend Oxen doesn't exist. Okay, in EO, they don't have any good 3 stars, if you think about it. Like, yes, you have Ruby, but Ruby can't really beat most things combat-wise. Yeah. You have Frankie High, but Frankie High is incredibly weak compared, Frankie High is even worse than Ruby.
It's about outdated Frankie High, really.
Right, and yeah, other than that, they have no other good, they had 3-star Dorian. A lot of people are actually using 3-star Dorian just so they can have a good 3-star, beside Oxen. And 3-star Dorian, don't get me, I love Dorian, and 8 power is great, but even 3-star Dorian is pretty bad. So, Harold serves the function. He has 4, thankfully he has 4 damage. If he had 3 damage, nobody would like him, in my opinion. But if he has 4 damage, he can still 2-hit KO with Fury with cards like Ruby, with cards like No. And a lot of people actually don't realize, because his confidence is okay, but he doesn't need his confidence in any sense.
No, I think even with the confidence as well, if he did have his confidence, he's actually just as good as something like Tide, which is really strong. I mean, 8/4, well, a mathematically better 8/4. If I'm gonna, because there was a huge forum thing about something about you remember that huge forum thread about like what's the deal with virtually 8 power or something? I'm gonna get loads of hate mail for this now, but
I'll take the hate mail too, but I didn't see the big deal, because yes, I understand English is virtually doesn't make sense. It's just like slang. It's like saying I did like 10 damage, even though I did 8 damage with Fury.
yeah.
It's a slang term. Like, Fury doesn't really mean doing 2 more damage in real life. It means being mad. But, you know, I didn't see why people made such a big deal out of it, but whatever. As long as people are happy.
It was like, oh, shit, it just went on forever, that thread.
There's been debates about it, like, since the beginning of time. Like, every time a card was released with attack manipulation or power manipulation, someone would say, by the way, guys, he doesn't really have 7 power. He has 6 power, but he has a manipulator 1. And actually, my recent review, it'll be like a La Junta card, and it'll be like, let's say, like a 7-4 with plus 2 damage. I used to say 7-6, because he's basically like a 7-6, right?
Yeah.
And then
But he's not really a 7-6.
Right, but people would say, he's not really a 7-6, because if someone uses SOB, he becomes a 7-4, and if someone uses damage reduction, he's not really a 7-6. So I'm like, I can't really win, so I might as well just spend the extra 2 seconds writing plus 2 damage. I don't really mind. I just don't see what the big deal is, but that's just me.
Yeah. And it's confusing on this. But anyway, yeah. So, I mean, going back to the thing, because we went quite off topic there, about 2 minutes, the whole thing, but, Harold is a good card. The -1 opponent's power minimum 1. It makes him slightly better, but you don't need it obviously, because 7 power by itself is still strong. Obviously, and also the 4 damage is great as well, because obviously now it can 2-hit KO stuff. Obviously with Fury though, but right, what would your rating lastly, Stiffy?
Yeah, I give him an 8.5, which is better than the AI gave him, because he has a lot of good functions, and he can actually 2 a KO, surprise 2 a KO that most people don't see coming.
Yeah. That's the good thing about him, because obviously he's just a solid card. He's a nice little solid card for the offers. I wouldn't say he's overly great, but, you know, that's just me. But, I would kind of follow suit with the 8 out of 10, really. I mean, he's a nice card and everything. And, yeah.
In Herald's defense, though, you can't really give uppers a overly good card unless it becomes ELO banned or because of DT reasons, so they're in a rut.
Yeah. Okay, so finally we have our Jungo card, and our Jungo card at 5 stars is a 6/8 with plus 2 power. What's your initial thoughts, firstly, Sniffy?
She has good art. Yeah, I like that 8 damage, but unfortunately she's Jungo, and the problem with Jungo is that they don't have a lot of high damaging cards that are 3 stars or lower. And yeah, you can 2 a KO with 4 stars and 5 stars, but most clans can do that anyways too. It just seems like a waste. Like, her concept is good, like as a lot of people said. But the problem is she's Jungo, who has so many good 5 stars already that there's really no point using her.
Yeah. I think the Jungo already are just kind of strong all around. But the reason why they're not, like, there was just because they just, I don't know. They're kind of...
Jungo didn't actually get hit that much in the ELO ban thing either, because they lost Lith, but no one,
yeah,
was almost always anyway.
Didn't get used anyway, so... They're just kind of a weird clan to play with, that's just my opinion, but, they don't usually 2-hit KO things, well, they don't usually KO things, which is kind of my little problem, because instead they just life it up.
Right.
They're just kind of very high risk, high return kind of play, but, I mean, it's the same sort of thing with Nehema as well. I mean, the 8 damage is what keeps her keeps her an okay card, but the issue is she has got the 6 power, and it's only like a plus 2 power thing. It's like, oh, it's 8/8, well, that's pretty strong, but at the same time, they've already got someone like Azkai already, which is pretty much, like a Glumbo, killer, really. It's basically Glumbo, but, I think Nehema's alright, but it just has way too much competition already, so, yeah. I think that's, I think you're saying about the 2-hit KO things with Nehema, but the issue is, isn't it, the issue is with Nehema is, all the Jungo, most of them, like, at their 3 stars, they haven't actually got, 4 damage. They may have, like, 3 damage, but then they have like the +2 life, so it's kind of different in that sense.
Right. As I calculated, the only 3 stars that they have